So I thought I was just about to try and pick a new target for my telescope, and figured that I'd do a quick tutorial on how I do that, because it's a question we get asked sometimes, but how do we actually come to pick our target? So here we go. Now I use a free software called Stellarium. Probably most people are familiar with this who are into astrophotography, but if you're not, it's a free download. It's great, it works fantastic, and we're about to jump in there and I'll show you how I use it and set it up. So if we just go into Stellarium, and as you can see, here is my view I get from my observatory. It's quite an unusual shaped roof. If I pan this round, you can see it's very high one end and short or low the other. It's not very wide, but it suits me. It's fine. I don't image much below sort of 35 degrees anyway, so this is absolutely fine for me. I'm not bothered. So how do I pick a target? This is, as I say, Stellarium. This is my view. It's very easy to do this on your own copy. You can, on YouTube, there's a couple of really good tutorials on how to get your horizon into Stellarium. And that's exactly what I did. I just followed one of these tutorials and hey presto, here we are. Very simple. I used a 360 camera, but you can do it with any camera. You can even do it with your phone if you want. So it makes life a lot easier, because obviously I can see where targets are when they're above my in my view, when they rise and when they fall. So let's have a quick tour of Stellarium. You can move the view just by grabbing with the mouse, left click and grab, and you can zoom around, up, down, you can zoom in and out. So that's pretty nice and simple. If you hover your mouse down the left side, you'll see this tool panel opens up, and they're all pretty simple. It's all very self-explanatory. Location window, so in here you put your location details and the time details. We've got a time and date window, so you can use this to pick a particular day if you want. If you want to see where the moon is, you can do it via this. And also you can zoom into the night, so you can see what targets are coming up, what time and when they go down. Nice and simple. This is the sky and viewing options. In here you will select what you are interested in. So, and there's a few things to set up. So this is where you set up your particular sky. So if you've got light pollution in your area, you can change this to actually give you a view with the light pollution in place. And then also you can pick the Milky Way brightness and stuff like that. But like I say, it's pretty self-explanatory. Then we've got solar system objects. So here you would choose planetary stuff if that's what you're into. Deep sky objects is what most people are doing with their telescopes, and this is where you set this up. And I have a few Messier catalogues, a few NGC catalogues set up, but there's loads of other catalogues here. So if you're interested in dark nebulas, you can just click on that and it will bring it all up. And here you can filter by the type of object you want to look for. So that's that. And then all we do is we click on labels and markers, and that will put into our sky what's relevant to us, varying on very small targets to bigger targets. Then we've got markings. If you want to put the zenith line up or meridian line, horizon, you can put grids up. I don't have any of that on. Landscape, this is where you set up your custom landscape, but again, like I say, just follow the tutorial. And then there's a couple of other things which I never touch. One is the constellations. If you want to put them in your night sky, you can. And then there's, at the end, there's a survey button where this is all deep space stuff, like deep space surveys, telescope surveys from around the globe that you can look at as well. But that's not of interest for me. I just use this to choose targets basically. So that's that. We can close that. And then a very important thing is on the top right here, you see there's a toolbar, and this is where you would set up your camera and telescope, which will give you your view of your night sky, but it will give you as a field of view more importantly, so you can see how the object's going to frame in your night sky. So let's zap forward in time to tonight, and if we just click on the up arrow, we can get to at 22:47 it will be dark. So here we are. So this is pointing south, as you can see. This is where I have quite a good view of south, and I have quite a good view of north. Nothing much east and west until it comes above the observatory. And then you can zoom in and see what you're interested in. So if you're interested in imaging, let's say for instance Cat's Paw Nebula, which I actually did this one, finished this one last week. Now that's what I want to image. So a nebula, nice, lot of detail. If I click on it, it will bring up, it will lock on to the cat's paw. And then if I want to put my field of view around this, all I do, I go up to this little icon here and I choose my camera, which I'm using at the moment, a Moravian, and I choose my telescope, RIDK, and bosh, in it goes. Then also I can orientate the angle to the same angle as my telescope, which I know is about 120. There we are. So that's how it frames in my view. Pretty good, nice and simple. How you would put your own details in here, all you do is go onto the settings, click on sensors if you're using a CCD camera, and then you'll find there's a list here where you can add your own cameras. So you just click on add, you can add a camera in, input your details, which you will find on the maker's website. So if you, like me, if you've got a Starlight Express, you just go on the Starlight Express website, on there, pick your camera and find the details, bosh them in there, job done. Same with the telescopes. There's already a list of telescopes, a lot of the common ones, but my one is an RIDK, and I also have a TAC 85, so I've put them details in there. And you just put in the focal length and the diameter, and away you go. And that will save in here, so even when you close, it'll be there when you go back to it next time. And then you can also, if you're using this for visual, you can also put eyepieces in. And in here, there's already a lot of common ones, which, you know, are great, but you can also add your own. And also, if you're using a focal reducer or Barlow's, you can also put that in there. And then when you come up to it, you can pick your specific one, and it will give you your field of view. So if we go back to, where was we? Oh, I zapped out there, didn't I? We go to my 120, and we'll just have another little look for a target. So there we are, 120. So you zoom out, and we'll have a little look at, so the Lobster Nebula, you can see how that frames. Pretty good. We can also, a cluster, frames quite nicely. You can also see how many like stars you're going to have for guiding in there as well, which is quite useful. Another cluster, pretty good. So there you go. So you get a general picture, and this is exactly how I pick my target. So I would literally just zoom out, see where my observatory roof is. The targets generally rise and fall and go in an arc across the sky. In the north, you'll find some that will oscillate around the north, so they're pretty much in the sky all the time. And then if you want to see how it's moving across the sky, if we just click on, for instance, Barnard's Galaxy, which is another one that I've just got ready to process, which I'll do a tutorial on, but this is one I've just finished. So there we are, we're on Barnard's Galaxy, and if I zoom out, you can see that the crosshairs and the indicator is still on the screen. Then you can zap forward the time and see what the motion of that object is. And as we can see, it's rising, going across the sky. So I know I could image that all night long. As we can see, it's still in the sky, still in my observatory window, up until about 5 o'clock, which is starting to get light anyway. So that actually would be a good target to do if I hadn't already done it. So there we go. That's about it really. I hope you found that useful, interesting. If you did, please like, and let's just zap off of here. So there we have it. So if you found that useful, great. If you didn't, well, you know, I've tried my best. And please like, subscribe, leave a comment. If there's anything you want me to do, help with, just leave comments below. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on my last processing, which was the Trifid Nebula, and if you go on to Remote Astrophotography in Spain on Facebook, you can actually see the picture, see the image, have a look at it first, and then I'm going to do a tutorial for YouTube. So I hope this helps, and until next time, adios.